Welcome to this video against allawndy, rather new player with 1100, and let's see. I wonder, he just accepted the game and then he's not around. Okay, so what do we do here? Let's play d5. I just play normal stuff here, I guess. So we have like a dragon reversed when he plays c4 later on. Okay. Well, I'm playing just way too quick. I thought I just played some blitz games, so we are rapid mode now, so I can take some time. What do I want to do here? He can take on d5 later on, but I always have bishop f6 later. So I think I just castle and play bishop g4 or bishop e6. Maybe I play even bishop h6. He plays bishop g5, I have bishop e6 to support the pawn. Well, this is a bad move, I think. What does this move do in terms of attacking the center? It does nothing. You might argue that the move I do is similar, but in fact this move is fighting for the center because I avoid bishop g5 and the knight is nicely controlling d5, so he could have got rid of this knight and I avoid this. So this knight wants to go to c4 maybe. Well, I can support the pawn on e5 with the rook, and that's what I do now. I can move the bishop to f8 if I want, or to c5 or whatever. Maybe I play bishop g4 next, just to pin this knight and provoke h3, which is like a weakness around the white king. So he needs to find a square for the bishop now. Maybe something like c3 and b4 to gain some space on the queen side is also not that bad. Well, a4 is not I said it's a bad move. It's not that bad, if you continue with the right moves. I think this is, on the other hand, not the right move because it really severely weakens squares here, like b4 and d3. I can now take on e4 and already fight for the d3 square with knight b4. But I first play this one. What does this knight want to do now? The e4 pawn is hanging, but I don't want to take it because it opens up this diagonal and he can re-sacrifice, or let's say I've played knight e4, he can play knight e5. Don't know actually, because I have some moves like knight f2 to sacrifice my knight, but you also can sacrifice the knight on c6, so this is like a little bit messy. I don't want to support and help him to develop here. And here, I wonder if my queen is good on b4 or b6. I just want to move the queen over. I can also do something like knight b4 and then knight d3, but again he can attack this square here. Let's do this. So I have queen c5 and queen b4, although I just noticed that this is really a bad move. You can just play knight b5, attacking my queen, attacking c7, so I need to retreat. And here, okay, I really want to avoid this nonsense with knight b5, so On the other hand, queen b4 now might push c5. It's not playing that bad here at the moment, actually. Is knight b4 move. Huh. Maybe queen b4 first. Although it also looks like the queen is a little bit in danger there. Let's think about that. Knight b4. Here's queen c3. But then I can take on e4 with tempo. So queen b3 maybe. But queen b3... What should I do after queen b3? Not sure. I can play maybe knight d4 here. But he takes. I take back, he has e5, also not working. Let's play this one. So if he plays rook d1, I'm just wondering if I'm like losing my queen somehow. But I always have like moves like queen d4 maybe, or hopefully. Well, this was really a bad move, playing queen d6, total nonsense. Yeah, I need to go to b4 now. So, and if he gives me a little bit of time, I can play rook d8 and then I'm out of the woods, so that would be great. Maybe I can also play knight a5 or something. The good thing is there are no entry squares for his rook on the d file, so everything is nicely controlled. My only weakness is the e5 pawn. On the other hand, look at this bishop, it's doing nothing there, so I think the e4 pawn is nothing I want to take now. Yeah, he has a draw. Which would be a little bit boring. But I think I might play knight d4 here. Or something like queen a5 and knight b4 or bishop b4 here. Of course I want to fight on, I don't want to draw. So bishop d2, I play bishop b4. Or maybe knight b4. Attacking the queen also, but I think bishop b4 is better. That I'm not in a pin. That might be a little bit annoying. So rook a d8 maybe next. He's playing quite good. I wonder why he's just like 1100. But it's a provisional rating, so maybe he just played against a really strong player, I don't know. And he lost that. So let's see. The b4 square and the d4 square are the weaknesses. Maybe I can use this square here. And I want to fight for the d file now with the rook d8 maybe. And if it works somehow, I would like to put a piece on d4. Maybe I can also try to attack the c4 pawn somehow. And what I also want to do is to exploit the weakness of this bishop, the knight here on a3. On the other hand, maybe I should even consider taking here, because the structure would be bad for white. But on the other hand, I don't like it to do it because the queen just doesn't have any squares, and then the bishop here might be really strong. So let's keep the knight there on a3 and say, hey, what do you want to do on a3? If you want to do something, you need to play c5, and actually c5 is maybe a pretty good move. Just talking about good moves here, c5. And then he maybe even threatens bishop d2. Well, what do I do against this? Ha! c5. Maybe I have something like knight b4 and b5. It's again a strange move. Don't understand that move. Okay, maybe he was afraid that I take on a3, but that's, I mean, this rook was nicely placed on d1, and now he gives me chances to jump to d4, to jump to b4. Huh. Can also try, you know, just to get rid of this bishop e3, which is really annoying. I think I play rook d8 first and then bishop c5. I wonder what his next move is. Knight b5. He says, okay, the queen doesn't have squares. I get this. So b4, but I still think I'm flexible enough. Just need to take care about the c5 move. But, maybe I should play bishop c5 first because of this. Yeah, I really don't want him to play c5, so let's do this. I think this is important to do. Okay, now he has the other move on the other rook on d1, but you know, I want to play this rook anyway to d1. So, but you know, it's again so stupid. I could have taken on e3. And then he has a double pawn here. Actually, I don't know if it's really that bad of a double pawn, because he would have control over d4 again, but at least I should have considered this move before I moved this rook a d8, because I have a lot of time and I'm just moving so quickly. That's not good. What can I do here? After knight b4, he has to play queen b3, I guess. But maybe then I really can take on e4. Can I do this? What I can also try is something like queen a, queen b6. Or I take here and then play queen c5. I think I do this. Come on. So the pawn on e3 is a weakness. I want to try to put some pressure on this weakness. Let's do it directly. And then I try to use a d3 square also as a square that I try to conquer. Knight b4, knight d3 maybe. So bishop g4 might also be an idea. I have knight g4 also. How does he want to protect this? Okay, knight c2 will come, but then I win the pawn on c4. So he might play rook e1. What's going on now? I can just exchange the queens here. And I think I do this. I'm just a nice pawn up. Yeah, and the queen is hanging. This was a huge blunder. He just overlooked this. And yeah, but it was a good game. Up to this moment where he just blundered his queen. I really liked also his position. Just, I don't know, I'm not sure about c4, because it weakens so much the squares here. So now I think it's time to give up, because this is pointless. It's just a whole queen down and a pawn. And I have the e3 square also. I can play knight e3 next, winning the exchange. Everything is hanging. b2 is hanging, the rook d1 is hanging. Well, I just take the rook first, I guess. So the knight I can also take. Well, this is something he should resign, in my opinion. It's pointless to play on. I wonder if I can checkmate him quicker or something. Let's give a check first. And then I take the knight on f3 with check. Yeah, and there was a quick checkmate also on h2 if it doesn't play bishop g2. Anyway, thanks for watching, and 0 points for me. That's not nice.